I could just, go to the link you sent me. That would probably be smarter. Good job, Lumen. Okay.
So yeah, the opponents weren't the strongest, but it's
Fair.
pretty high scoring, I think.
No, 55 is very good. And
It
I mean, not to
it
put
was a
pressure on.
late growth game as well, I think.
Oh, then that's quite good. Yeah. I mean, not to put pressure on, but, if you're facing lower rated opponents, you should be crushing them like this. So.
Well, I didn't think they'd be reaching the 50s. I got kind of scared.
Let us see what happened here. So, yeah, the only thing I know about this game is you did Carrot Museum stuff. So.
Yes, so my decision at the start was Carrot Museum or Turn Rest Plow.
Mm-hmm.
But I saw the tiller there, so I just went tiller Carrot Museum for the plow help anyway.
Yeah, I don't think you can justify taking any other rock here.
Yeah.
You could take Sleeping Corner, though I don't like Sleeping Corner that much.
Could take Straw Thatched Roof as well.
Yeah, I think Sleeping Corner is just better. Unless you're expecting to get past Seasonal Worker.
One can always hope.
So, are you trying to remember the possible wheel cards here?
Oh yeah, I remember Schnapp's Distillery and not so much Market Crier, but...
Okay, I think Greengrocer is worth remembering. Whenever you have Carrot Museum, you just actually want vegetables early, so all those cards that are bad because they give you early vegetables aren't bad with Carrot Museum, right?
I still like Greengrocer, by the way.
So I shouldn't have dissed it.
Greengrocer versus Market Crier. Surely Greengrocer is better.
Yeah. Well, like, anything's better than Market Crier.
Okay, this is where you might get a bit upset.
Yeah, the Private Forest is a little out of place.
I did just say I overrated it a bit, but there are some good, baking helps here.
Are you baking, though? Or are you going crazy
Yeah.
vegetables?
Well, that was my thought at the time. I'm not going to be baking that often. I have one grain from Grocer, and that's about it.
I legitimately don't hate this Private Forest pick.
Because I'm going to be using day labor a lot early, I'll have the early food.
Right. But
my thought at the time was
when you pick a grocer, that already gives you
need the food.
Good place to throw your food.
My thought at the time was I'm going to be prioritizing getting fields and veggies early, which means I won't necessarily spend that much time accumulating wood, so I can just have that sitting in the background while I do this other stuff.
I like that theory. I don't mind that at all.
That was my justification at the time.
Moreover, you're not passing any amazing minor improvements. There are 3 bake helpers in this pack, which is kind of funny. I think there was a bake helper in the previous pack, but I don't remember for sure. I might be wrong. And then it's sad to pass on Roof Baluster, Wood Collector, but you have a Grocer now, so it's basically exactly what you want with Carrot Museum.
Yes. Well, surely you'd rate Grocer higher than the other 2 anyway.
They're very close. I think in this set, Roof Baluster is quite good just because of how often you can get a big house.
Even with all the other stone injection.
I don't know. Because, if you have Roof Baluster, then you could pick Mason here.
Yes.
But Carrot Museum's already a centerpiece that doesn't really go nicely with Big House, so...
okay, this is where I definitely underrated Bookshelf.
Yes. Yes, I would absolutely be taking Bookshelf here over Writing Desk.
Yeah. I would definitely do that as well now, looking back.
Okay.
Because I'm going to need the food as well.
Yes, and Writing Desk throws away food.
Yeah.
Wood Expert is just, I was actually comparing wood expert to private forest earlier, right? Um, I think they're thematically very, very similar. Uh,
Yes, paying food and getting wood.
so I would be tempted to throw away one of these two if I'm picking wood expert, or just draft something else.
I didn't really, well, this is a pretty strong pack, but I didn't really want to pass Wood Expert.
Okay.
I know I'm
There.
passing Mason and Plow Driver.
So, yeah, I think the only other pick you can really make here is Mason, and you have seen some good wood expert miners. I think. I don't remember exactly what they are, but I feel like I've seen a few 2 wood costs.
Well, even 1 wood cost is not the worst.
It's not the worst, no. So I don't hate the wood expert pick, but it does mean private forest is probably off the team if I'm playing this hand. And I think bookshelf is definitely better than writing desk.
Yeah, I would 100% pick Bookshelf if I were to do this game again.
Okay.
Speaking of thick forest,
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't think there was too much in this pack.
I don't
Clearing
think I.
Spade, I can.
I don't think I like clay carrier.
Don't tell me Seed Trader.
No, not seed trader. I think clay hut builder might be better in this hand than clay carrier, just because you have like 3 sinkholes of food
Yes.
and you don't.
I
Have,
was more thinking the immediate 2 clay may be useful in some situations.
I mean, you do have
like
an awkward
the
clay
Carrot
cost
Museum.
here. It does help you buy a hearth, so I don't hate that aspect of it. I mean, that aspect of it certainly makes sense.
Yeah.
But at this point, you're starting to like need to pick and choose where you're throwing your food instead of being able to do all of them.
Another flaw is I've got a lot of box that want to be played early.
Yes, because
And
grocers
no real help
grocers are
for
an
that.
early awk in this game with Carrot Museum. Yeah. So
Yep.
yeah, it looks like it's a tightrope act. Actually, no, this is 5 cards that throw away food, right? Grocer, wood expert, clay carrier, private forest, writing desk.
Yep. I don't like food as much as I said.
Schnapps is very reasonable, especially if you get some stone off of Carrot Museum. I like fishing net here because it gives you food, and grocer generally lets you have a bit of extra read. Porter's fine, but is an early play.
I'm not going to be playing it early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, you're not really going to be picking the other stuff either. Hide Farmer is typically good, but with Tiller, it's a lot worse.
I have no more food to throw away.
Yeah. Well, if there's any time to throw away food, it's the actual end of the game. So.
I've
Clay
got
pipes.
a wood collector.
I mean, yeah, wood collector is very solid. So I think now for sure you can throw away private forest. You can kick private forest to the curb. You might be able to throw wood expert to the curb. Clay pipe is fine here. Especially if you didn't know that Clay Pipe Carrot Museum is technically bugged. Clay Pipe does count the Carrot Museum resources in the implementation, but it shouldn't.
That is interesting. I don't think I played Clay Pipe though.
Okay, yeah, I accidentally got the bonus for that once, and I was like,
well, I was more thinking at the time Porter and Clay Pipe would work well.
Yeah, that's definitely a fair shot. Also, if you time your groceries correctly, you can get benefits from it. It's a decent synergy with Clay Carrier. So
if you buy off grocer, it procs Clay Pipe.
It counts towards it, as long as you're buying during the work phase.
That's crazy to me.
So, I mean, whenever resources come into your supply in the work phase, Clay Pipe ticks up.
Wow. So Carrot Museum is bugged because it's not in the work phase, it's before the work phase.
Nope, it's at the end of the rounds, which are...
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So that's not part of the work phase.
It's after returning home.
Yeah.
So I was just doing compendium work on the stream today, going through
I
the
saw some of that.
exact phases of the round. So it goes before the round, then the preparation phase, then the work phase, then the return home phase, and then in the harvest round you get the harvest phase. So that's the anatomy of the rounds.
Interesting. Okay,
So
there's some fun interactions I didn't know.
right. So it's nice that the Carrot Museum rounds aren't ever harvest rounds, because if they were, it would be really confusing to be getting the Carrot Museum bonuses after the harvest happens.
Hmm.
Because that's how it's worded at the end of the round, is after the harvest. But these aren't harvest rounds. Education bonus compared to Muckrake is fine. You have enough wood to be fencing. And then, yeah, this last pick doesn't really matter at all.
Yeah, that was my thought.
I would probably take Master Builder still, though.
I thought there's 0% chance I'm ever getting 5 rooms.
There's 0% chance you want the fields from Plow Driver, is my take.
I thought maybe if I don't get to use Tilia, I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Yes, most likely it won't matter. It is actually useful to know that nobody's using Plow Driver. And then, right, whoever took Mason was guaranteed to not get Master Builder after you passed on Mason.
Yeah, it was the same pack.
Yeah. Okay, third seat.
I am third seat.
So, what are you expecting to open with?
I believe 3 wood.
Okay. I'd be hoping.
So obviously, I want an Ock, but I doubt I'm going
what's
to
your
get
ideal?
it. Assistant tiller ideal.
Okay, into day labor.
Yes.
Okay.
Reedstone food. I don't particularly need the reed because I have Grosser. Was my thought.
Are you going for an early room or not?
Yes.
You are.
Relatively early. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to do everything at once.
Interesting. I would not be taking 3 wood with this hand.
You would take Reedstone?
Yes.
Or
I would take Reedstone and notably food. Because we've talked about how food short this hand is.
Yes,
And you have ways of making up the wood pretty easily. I think. Wood expert, wood collector, private forest.
Yes, I have quite a bit of wood help.
Though you are going to want a 3 wood action at some point to build a room, pretty much no matter what you play. So I don't hate taking it now, but I think you have opportunities like second move of round 3, you might get it. Though you could also argue that you'll have more opportunities to take Reedstone. So, whatever. 2 clay over 2 wood, I think, is fine. There's definitely 2 wood actions in your hand now. And if sheep come out soon, then you're in a great spot. Even if sheep don't come out soon, you can upgrade your fireplace to a hearth at your leisure. So
yeah, well, I'm guaranteed first fireplace now.
Yeah. Any suspicions about your table here? On what they might be trying to do?
Suspicions, no. Well, okay, I can see Red is trying to really early build a room, and that would maybe indicate childless.
That's the
but
feeling
it would
I'm
have to
getting.
be. It would have to be a first pick childless because I obviously didn't see it.
First or second.
Yeah, or second.
Yeah. How likely is that, though?
Yeah, it's something I was concerned about at the time, but there's not much I can do about it, right?
That's true. There's not much you can do about it right now, but being aware of it, I think, is good for helping predict their actions in the rest of the game.
Yeah, I was aware of it, and I was also considering how much wood injection we have already with Constable, Woodcutter, Woodbarter.
And what's in your hand? Good.
Yes.
No, these are all great things to be aware of. Yeah, I think especially because your third pack was so strong, suspecting a first pick childless makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, we get the tiller down.
Okay. Yeah, I can't say that's bad. What is green doing?
Green just well, there was a straw thatched roof, right?
Yeah, but they played 2 wood ox and then proceeded to plow second action. So, yeah.
Got to get the ox down.
Yeah.
Don't want to use woodcutter.
Too bad they don't have clearing spade. Clearing spade's great for straw thatch roof. Alright. Open 4 clay, so it's actually not childless. That's neat.
No. They don't like wood.
Apparently. Fireplace here.
Yep.
So this is like just a bit of an awkward thing that happened because you played tiller with your first action last round. If you took reedstone or 3 wood, you'd have a much more natural second action fireplace last round. I don't know exactly what your thought process was. Like maybe you don't do this if the round 3 is sow instead of sheep, and maybe you were deciding I will spend a first action on fireplace if sheep flip in round 3.
There was probably a lack of forward planning in round 2, but
Okay.
I just did this reactionary to red taking the clay and me wanting to secure 2 sheep.
Okay. I don't hate that. In general, the typical flow of the game is spend your second action round 2 building the fireplace if you have the first clay grab.
Right.
So that's just like a play pattern to be cognizant of in the future. Kind of like
Uh,
how you can wait for free Ock in round 3 or 4
my
sometimes.
thinking at the time was I just want to get the ox down because I have a lot of early ox.
Yeah.
Purple hasn't played one yet, and I don't know if I'll get another chance to.
Okay.
But obviously, I have a chance right here for a free ox if I'd
Yeah.
done the reverse.
Oh boy.
Now we are happy. And
So
actually,
is green.
green is very happy, yeah.
Oh my goodness. And thinking back, Greengrocer didn't make it back around, right?
Yes.
So someone has Greengrocer, someone has Market Crier.
Would you say the scores are naturally higher because of Market Crier as well?
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Are you gonna day labor or are you gonna take 3 wood? Or is there anything to start
I
player
think
with?
we're day laboring.
Okay, not private forest.
Oh, we are private foresting. Jokes.
I don't actually know if this is right. I personally don't like it because it forces a food move next round.
Well, I mean, I have day labor, so I'm happy with the food move.
If you were more surely getting day labor as your food action, I think this is better to like open next round with reed bank and second action day labor. But there's a problem that you suspect red might be a bit aggressive on the cooking hearth, and if they are, then you have to be taking 2 sheep as your food move.
Yeah, so my plan was already 2 sheep if red built the hearth or day labor or fishing or traveling players. Like, they're all for food.
Right, but at this
Right.
point, you're just like way too split on things you need to be doing. You're trying to do 4 things when you have time for 3.
Oh yeah, that is a common. Oh, what the heck? Yeah.
Huh.
Now
Nice.
I'm really banking on a 4 food move.
I
So
don't
you can see
quite
that the
understand
timing
this.
of things is a bit off.
Yeah. So, to start player for an Ock just feels weak to me. Um, yeah, I mean, 4 wood is a strong action. I'm still wishing you took a reedstone food earlier in the game. The field feels a little out of place right now,
Yeah.
but yeah. Look at Wall Builder go. And the one stable.
This is like a dream game.
Just an interesting math note. Green taking 4 wood and then wood bartering wood for reed is identical to taking 2 reed
Yes, it is.
for them. What are you doing, Sam?
I believe I'm eating a grain.
Okay. This is
Some wacky stuff going on.
that is a good move because they're getting 6 wood. Green has to feed. That's also a good move because they're getting 5 wood. I don't know if
Okay.
purple, and red realized what they were doing at the time, but those are both like good moves.
Yeah, setting up the next round.
Yeah.
At the time,
You
I
must
think
have
he
gotten
was.
super bailed out to get 55 here, Sam. I'm sorry.
We'll see.
Late growth is part of being bailed out.
At the time, I was thinking this guy next to me is going to market cry some more. I'm getting a grain from grocer. I can take a hit of early food to get these fields out.
That's not wrong. But it's sad when you can just be like trying to snatch clay oven and whatever. This will be fine.
Now
Taking
now
5
I'm
food
taking
traveling,
5 food.
yeah, and maybe the sheep next move even.
No one has a hearth yet, so I think I'm just planning on
Not
letting the
worried about
sheep
the
build
stable.
up. No.
Okay. Adoptive. Okay. I, as red, would be trying to build aggressively.
That makes sense. I'm just still getting fields out.
So I don't hate this at all. I just wish that you didn't
I
play
still had a
Private
grain.
Forest. Yeah, so basically, if you have 3 fields after playing Tiller in round 2, I want these 3 fields to happen in rounds 2, 3, 4.
Mm-hmm.
So the Fireplace and Private Forest were improvements that you played in rounds 2 and or both of these were round 3, right? So you didn't Tiller in
Yeah.
round 3.
Yeah.
So I just feel like there should have been more. You should have more stuff right now if you want 3 Tiller fields this early, which is fine. Like it's totally fine for you to have 3 Tiller fields early like this. I just don't know if I would be saying like Fireplace Private Forest doesn't feel like a great round. Like I feel you could have timed this all better, but
I think the main point is Private Forest is very out of place.
okay.
And that's probably snowballing a lot of my other actions.
Yeah. Because this cost you a food and a grain.
Yes.
Red parking. Red's game is really scary if it's early growth. Okay, you have all the early food, but you haven't turned it into a food engine yet.
Are you saying Fireplace is not a food engine?
Fireplace without breeding animals is not a food engine. You can't even sow. Sow is taken. Oh, you're building.
I am building.
That is a good move. That gets you 6 wood or something else.
That gets me start player next round.
Oh, green doesn't take it?
Green gets tempted by 6 wood.
Ah, okay. Flail makes enough sense.
I know you'll be very upset at the choice I make, I think.
Really? What's there to be upset about?
Well, education bonus, throwing away more food.
Oh no, I think education bonus is the right play here. Unless you want to argue for clearing spade. There's an argument for clearing spade, but I don't know if you want to make that argument or not.
No, I don't.
Okay. I don't think you should play writing desk. And
Really?
I don't see you getting 7 resources in any of the next couple rounds.
Looking back, I would have thought writing desk was the right play.
I don't think you have the food for that.
That is true. I don't have the food. But now I do.
How has the clay oven not been bought yet? Your table's very kind to the market crier here.
Look at all these fields with green in them. It's just lovely to see.
Yeah. What is this Ock? It comes with a reed. Oh, this is an interesting time to play Porter.
I think it's clay carrier. Because I need to get Carrot Museum down.
You think food grows on trees, Sam?
I really want Carrot Museum down. Like,
Oh no,
with
you,
grow
you
next
absolutely
round.
do. Oh, with grow, yeah, you do, don't you? Yeah, that. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I messed up the timing in my head. Yeah.
That was my thought process. Although I would have loved to get Porter or Wood Collector or Wood Expert down as well.
Yeah, that makes sense now. All right, both ovens off the board.
So I'm not sure if I heard you earlier, but did you say you were scared of the wall builder guy?
I would have been if it was early growth.
Okay.
Because if it's early growth, then red could have manipulated to build the 3rd room in the game. And wall builder giving 8 food by round 11 is not the worst wall builder.
Yep. So I probably got saved by purple choosing not to build, green not start playering. They were all things that helped me out a lot.
Yes. All right, and then what's your plan for carrots? Are you aiming for more wood or more stone?
Yes.
Okay.
Both.
So
That was the thing I wasn't sure at the time how much you want to get of either.
It's
both.
not an easy question. And the difference is, do you sow this round or next round? Because if you want more wood, you should sow in round 9 and 11 so that you don't lose any vegetables in your supply when it's time for Carrot Museum, but you do still gain stone for the next Carrot Museum.
That
But
makes sense. Yep.
if you want a lot of stone fast, then you should be sowing the vegetables ASAP.
Yeah, I think I get wood from the first one.
And I would agree with that. I think you should sow in round 9 here. Like, this is not a bad wall builder. It's not good yet, but it's rescued from the world of bad. Sleeping
I
corner.
think I think that was Green's plan all along. Why they didn't
Yes,
start play it earlier.
must be.
Yeah.
It makes some sense.
Okay. Apparently, I do so. No. Yeah.
There are definitely benefits to sewing right now. Oh no.
I'm
Oh
still
no.
expecting more market crying.
Uh, I don't know if that's a good idea. Uh,
Yeah. This
yeah,
was definitely wacky mid game.
yeah. So the benefit to sewing now is not needing to spend an action on sewing next round. But I don't know. I think the resource stacks are good enough to think about taking one now and sewing next round at a bit of a more optimal time. Because now you're just losing 2 wood compared to and gaining 2 stone compared to waiting around to sow.
Yes.
So
But also
I would presume you're hunting.
gaining a food.
I would presume you're hunting the well. Would you say gaining a food?
Yeah, from cooking my grain.
Uh, no comment. All right. Do you have any visions for your end game farm at this point?
Yes.
What do they
I
look
think
like?
my plan is 6 fields and 6 pastures. I mean,
Okay.
6 spaces fenced.
3 rooms, then.
Yes, 3 rooms.
Okay. Um, in general, I think that's fine. It's a late growth game. Um, you have definitely some good wood and stone coming in the future. You've got crops figured out already. Your food is a little shifty, so big rooms are probably worse for that reason.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I think 6 fields, 6 pasture spaces is very natural to choose when you have a tiller. So, any vision on wood, clay, stone for your final house?
Always stone, but that's just a flaw in my playstyle.
Okay. I think it makes sense here. You're not going to really need to spend actions taking stone. So,
Yeah.
3 sheep's fine. This is not a bad time to try to go play and renovate well.
Interesting you say that.
That is basically the biggest reason I would say that sewing in round 8 was better. If you don't opt for that reason, then I think sewing in round 9 is way clearer. Especially because sow is just not contested this round. I think that was pretty visible going into it. Alright, you didn't need to take a clay action. Why take a 4 clay action when you can take a 5 clay action?
That is my food sorted for the rest of the game.
What?
That 5 food from well.
Oh, yeah. Okay. You're making too
Along
many
with
jokes,
along
Sam.
with
I can't tell when you're serious anymore.
along with baking some more grain.
Oh my gosh. More occupations. What's it this time?
I think wood collector just for the 5 and 5 synergy.
Okay. Yep. Amazing timing. This 2 wood in round 14.
Yep.
Though
I
I
really,
guess
I really
you
wish
do
I had.
want at least one more occupation for that vegetable. That field is ironically not as good as the vegetable from education bonus.
Yes, I still haven't played Writing Desk, which is what I found awkward about the timing.
Yes, because Carrot Museum really forces a lot of your like minor during the growth queue to be focused on Carrot Museum and nothing else. Um, yeah. All right, scraping by on food. All right.
That's my playstyle.
Oh, Purple forgot they needed to place straw thatched roof. Guess what, Sam? You're going last again.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens. And then they get denied the build.
Yeah. Hey, this is a
That's
12
fine.
food wall builder. I'm gonna say it, Sam.
It's been very good.
It's a good wall builder. I won't say great because it's never great, but
This is actually the saddest porter in existence.
you get shut out.
I think I get no porter stacks,
That is quite sad.
but I get a vegetable.
Yeah, the vegetable is like reason enough to play the Ock. I agree. Barely, but
Yeah, but I should have probably played Wood Expert over it.
I don't know. Are you really gonna play anything that costs wood besides joinery?
That still gives 2 instant wood though.
Yeah, that's true. You're not gonna try to porter the stone? I guess you're going fourth next round. Never
Yeah.
mind.
I think I do try.
Okay. Yeah, the Reedstone food's reasonable because it's your stone reno. You needed a read action at some point. I think I would have probably day labored.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about day labor in the mid game.
Gotcha, yeah. So obviously, more fields is still good for you.
Yeah, there's a lot going on here.
Yeah. Okay. Carrot's getting pretty big.
And you porter 4 cows.
No.
Oh, today it's only building. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn. That's a shame.
Alright, now staying on 3 rooms looks super good because there's just infinite rooms at the table. 1 move away from getting Porter Stone. Alright, so now what are we actually focusing on here?
Highest priority feeding.
Yeah.
Apart from that, I still need some wood for fences. Although no, I got a lot of wood coming in.
Yeah.
To be honest, I forget the next sequence of moves.
Okay.
But
I predict you'll start player Schnapp's Distillery.
oh,
'Cause
I think
that takes care of your food.
I
Even
think
though it
I
takes
now
away some.
I'm at the point where I sort of underrate start player. I think.
Okay. I think the rest of the actions on the board are just so boring for you that this is like a situation you should be considering start, especially since Schnapps takes care of something important for you. Day labor, I think, factors into your round here for sure in such a weak
Yeah.
board. And something, even though you have a lot of wood coming in on the last Carrot Museum and 5 more, I think wood for earlier fences and spending this wood on stables or joinery is a good idea.
Okay, I just take some sheep.
Yeah, so a 4 food move instead of start player there. Yeah, I do think this combination of like start player Schnapps and 3 wood as 2 actions is worthwhile. Because
I think yeah.
if you Schnapps away a vegetable and pay 1, you're getting 2 less wood on Carrot Museum.
I think I was definitely trying to max out Carrot Museum too much.
I don't know, like, were you having fun doing it?
Oh, I was having fun this whole game.
So if you were having fun doing it, then it wasn't too much.
Okay. I was having fun with green with like all this wood injection,
Yeah.
wood cart as well.
Oh, yeah, that's ridiculous. I don't know how they think they have enough food for this, but I guess they're gonna sow bake. Ooh.
Yeah. Yep. So at the time I was thinking I want to max out Carrot Museum. I want start player for the next round for either Urgent Wish or Cultivation. And I don't want to play Schnapps yet. I'll just trade a wood for a point.
I legitimately think Clearing Spade is better than Riding Desk.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because you're day laboring last action, right?
Or possibly. I mean, I should be for sure.
Okay, because, yeah, if you day labor a field here, then you can clear off the grain right now.
Right, yes. That makes a lot of sense.
And obviously you're never playing Plow Driver, so...
Yes, yeah, obviously.
Alright, you are day
Okay,
laboring.
I do remember day labor's a thing.
That is a late paper maker. Red having some food problems here because they baked their market crier grain.
Who would do such a thing?
I don't know, Sam. Who would do that, much less bother trying to get 8 food out of their 2 free grain? Imagine having 5 more food right now, by the way.
I still have food coming from the well.
Right.
It'll be right. I still want to day labor 2 more times.
Uh-huh.
I have Schnapps Distillery coming up for like all my food.
Okay. Yeah, I guess planning to use it in the last 2 harvests would be correct. Alright, Urgent Wish. Good. You do have to take it because there's empty rooms. And purple could grow twice by going Urgent Wish and then Regular Wish.
And green can grow anyway.
Yes. If they want to get in your way. But even though they have wood cards, they don't know what fences are.
Well, that's the point. They're saving their fences for much later.
Uh-huh. I don't want to know if you bake this or not. Okay, you don't.
I think I strongly considered it.
I would consider it too. It's your 5th grain. What are you doing with that 5th grain?
Waiting for the market cry for a 6th.
Okay. I mean, if purple thinks about sowing again, then they won't need that, right? Oh, or you're waiting for market stall to come around, right? Okay, so you're going second next round. What's your imagined sequence if you have one at this point?
Either Urgent Wish or Cultivation. Probably get Urgent Wish. Fencing. Actually, I think my first action is fencing.
Okay, that's what I was thinking of.
Yes.
The sowing right now.
Stone for
Yeah.
Reno and Schnapps.
Yeah. But you only need 1.
Okay, yes, I do.
So I would have.
I might end the game with 1. But then again, I wanted the extra vegetables for Schnapps anyway.
Because now you're at 7. I see.
And I still need to eat some.
Yeah. I guess if you get cultivation, or if you dare to take cultivation, you should, compared to Urgent Wish. I think you do have to fence here, though.
Yeah, I'm fairly sure I fence.
And then you can go 13 fences instead of 14 here. You don't get cultivation, which actually makes sense. I don't think 14 gives you any advantage over 13 here. Right?
Yeah.
Because you're never getting 3 breeding pairs. Okay, you don't get to start with Schnapps, so you're renoing with it. You might take sheep
Yeah,
first.
I think I read her with it.
Okay. Any reason you
I
didn't take sheep?
I already have a sheep in my house. That's fine.
Okay. I guess it is just a point. Yeah, okay, never mind. Bad calculation by me. A point and 2 food is not worth for you. Alright, what's the non-urgent wish action here?
I think I take Urgent Wish.
Well, you have a spare action. It's a cow. Okay, cow's
Okay.
fine.
I have a cow. Oh, that's right. I didn't need to rush it because purple can take just normal growth,
Right.
which is better. Yeah.
You realized it at the time, though.
Yes, I did.
Alright, so then it's definitely time to think about what you're getting next round, with red going first.
Yes.
What do you think red's doing? I guess you know now, but did you have an idea at the time?
Everyone needs defense, but red has no wood to do it. I guess red would probably want cultivation.
Okay. 4 is enough to fence with. It's sad.
It is
but-
enough defense with, yes.
Yeah, so,
Sorry, they cannot take cultivation.
correct.
They have foreign aid plate.
Right.
Um,
They also
Yeah,
can't
I
take
don't-
cultivation with fences.
yes, so they would like to reno the normal way.
Mm-hmm. With a pottery.
Not something they need to take with the first action because green is going to reno fence.
It is something... Wait.
Green is definitely going to reno fence.
Purple is only a stone short of renovating because they've got millwright. Trading grain for 2 stone, possibly.
That is something I missed in my calculations, but
They
not,
can't-
not that it affected me.
Right. And I saw a stone delivered here and freaked out for a second, but it's red's delivered stone. Because that would be really sneaky if purple got a stone coming in on the round. And it was able to renovate.
I think you're definitely overestimating my opponents and me.
Probably. But, it's my job. Alright, 2 very cool wood coming in.
Yeah, this is prime stable wood now.
Yep.
Okay, so they do fence. They fence block purple.
Yeah. It's a 3-point fence move. So, nothing wrong with that. Getting cultivation's nice.
I thought green Okay, green was never going to take cultivation.
You might get another market cry. Though there's grain seeds competition.
Grain seed is the premier action space of round 14.
Right. And I mean, you're actually competing for it now, too. It's a point for you. And you do need the food here, so. This cow is interesting. Why not a pig? Are you just sure nobody's taking pig?
Yeah.
I'll accept
Sorry.
that.
My thought at the time was taking it away from green because green is probably my competition.
Oh, okay. Fair.
At the same time, pig is probably just.
No, I think that's fine. It's not much worse than equal. If it is worse at all, it might be better.
Yeah, then
gotcha.
green just does that anyway.
Well, you didn't see that, so. You get the pig anyway. Red missed that Reno was taken, even though I don't think they should have missed it. Joinery's not a terrible place to throw away the wood that they can't fence with.
I'm sitting pretty on 1 out of 10 food here.
Yeah. What does that mean you do? You have 3 food to a point with your cow. You're eating a veg to get to 6. You have an extra grain. So you could just eat grain, veg, cow. But that leaves you with 2 actions here that you don't know what you're doing with. So possibly 3 wood stables?
I think that's likely.
Yeah, that makes sense. This grain actually isn't a point for you, though.
Yeah. But I do end on 55, so I get 2 points and I have to eat 2 points.
Right, you're eating a cow and a grain. Or you don't have to eat the grain. You can eat anything. That's not true either.
Doesn't.
If you eat an animal, you lose 2 points. So it's just a grain or a veg as your last food. Alright, well, you definitely ended up with a lot of points. And that's good. Yeah, honestly,
Sorry,
55 with this farm is, like, pretty solid. Not gonna lie.
It does look kind of crap looking at it, though, right?
Yeah.
Especially after I eat here.
Yep.
So where are all these extra points coming from?
How much stone did you get in the game compared to how much did you take off the board?
Okay, yeah, I got a lot of free stones, so that's obviously the Welsh Naps Distillery
Renoing to stone.
Reno.
Yep.
Yeah.
You have max crops. You have 3 pastures, 2 stables. You have a max family.
Okay, it adds up.
I mean, your house is 6 points better than Red's house.
Yep.
And then Carrot Museum has 2 points of its own. Writing desk is a point. Fireplace is a
Oh,
point.
and Constable. I forgot Constable.
Oh, yeah, that's part of it.
Okay, so it was a higher scoring game than general because of Constable and Market Crier.
Yep, and wood injection.
Yeah, a lot of wood injection.
Right. So, let's see. I think... So, the 2 meta factors here that helped you win were late growth and weaker table. And if you find yourself on the flip side of those running your stage 1, I think you get destroyed.
That's very fair, yes.
So
well, against a strong table for sure, yeah.
Yeah. So I think a big lesson here is now that you know a bunch of cool openings, uh, know the limit or learn the limit of how much you can get done in stage one and two. Now, this is actually something I see from a lot of players who are roughly your current level, is that they don't really know where that limit is of how much they can get done in stage one and two. And sometimes they have
Yeah.
great games, and sometimes they have games that just completely blow up.
I would say that describes me at the moment.
Right. So, my favorite game to equate this to is Castles of Burgundy. I don't know if you know
Mm.
that one.
Yes, yes.
So, my rule of thumb for Castles of Burgundy is that you should try to do 90% of the things and no more. Because if you try to
Okay.
do 100% of the options in Castles of Burgundy and try to max out your castle, you're just gonna fail at all of them.
Yeah, right. You can never fill. Well, you can fill all your spaces, but
That's what the broken thing, right?
yes.
Yeah. Um, but that rule also applies to the early stages of Agricola. Because if you try to do all the things, like play occupations, get room parts, get crops ready to go, set up Carrot Museum, you have a lot of ways to fail. And round 7 growth against a weaker table is the nicest possible situation for you. But
Okay, so generally, if you were playing Carrot Museum, you would skip the early room, just focus on Carrot Museum.
um, you can do that. You can do a more casual Carrot Museum where you say, maybe I'll only get 1 wood in round 8, but I'll try to get um, 2 wood and a stone in round 10, and 2 wood and 3 stone in round 12.
That definitely makes sense.
Um, Tiller, you could also try a couple variants on. You could do early plows as you did this game. You could build 1 or even 2 rooms and then do tiller in the mid and late game,
Yeah.
um, which would still be on time to get Carrot Museum in some situations. Um, and in this specific game, you still could have tried to go baking, I think. Well,
Oh, for sure. Seeing
yeah,
as I baked some grain for 2 anyway,
yeah. And,
and I have a stone left over.
right. And this is maybe a thing I do a bit exploitatively, but when I'm at a weaker table and Market Crier, especially when it gets picked early in the draft, uh, I value the early Reedstone moves really high to be closer to oven parts.
Yeah.
And I think Clay Carrier is really cool to have in your hand in this kind of situation, because that's just like a 4 clay move out of nowhere. So if you wanted to go for a more exploitative line, seeing Market Crier get taken, you might want to take a Bake Helper in the draft, in the second orbit of cards.
And that, yeah, there were quite a few.
Right, and then take an early Reedstone food action. But that's an exploitative line, not really a super solid one.
Yeah. Okay. Just yeah, it's important to see where I sort of got lucky and where there was solid play.
Yeah. Um, you still
Private
fenced
forest
before
definitely a
everyone.
mistake.
Yeah. Because if you just play Wood Collector, I don't exactly know when I would suggest doing that, but um, yeah, I mean, I think in general, there's nothing wrong with like learning the timing of Carrot Museum because it is like its own trick, really.
Yeah.
Um, but there is still flexibilities. I'm saying like you can go all in on setting up Carrot Museum really well and just grow when you can. Um, and that would have paid off pretty much just as well as it did in this game, right? With late growth.
Yeah, although I did grow second, amazingly.
That's true. That's true. And if you take too much time setting up Carrot Museum, you might grow fifth in an early growth game. So it's risky.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Okay,
I don't
that
always
was
have all
informative.
the answers, but I can present some more options maybe.
No, that's definitely helpful. So definitely still some timing issues around food for me.
Yeah.
Dodgy writing desk, trying to max out Carrot Museum.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine.
It
And
was
I'm
a
okay.
point, but it didn't get used.
Right. Yeah. And if you maybe there is a way you play joinery on Reno if you are able to start Schnapps Distillery.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, yes. If I have an extra stone or something.
Yeah. All right.
Very good.
Overall, I mean, still impressive for you to get that many resources out of Carrot Museum. I feel like I probably am not spending enough time on the good things you did here.
Well, I don't need you to focus on the good things. I need to focus on where I can improve. So
Okay.
that's fine.
All right.
I can take the criticism.
I have been impressed with your ability to just take what I'm saying and run with it.
Been very helpful.
I'm glad. And I'm looking forward to your guide whenever it comes out.
Yeah, so I will start working on it this week, which is going to be like 4 weeks in the future when this video is posted. So it
Yeah.
should hopefully be posted by now. But yeah, I'll be working on it soon.
Okay, awesome. And then I guess I could just tell you this in private, but if there's any part of the guide you wish there was like a deeper dive on, I am considering what to make more micro strategy videos on.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to get you to have a look through it anyway. So
Cool.
if there's some areas that need more detail, yeah, I'll definitely get you help.
Great. All right, cool.
Okay, thanks very much, Lumen.
For sure. See you soon.
See ya.